What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Credit Plug channel. So in today's video, I wanted to have an honest conversation about business credit. And I'm sorry to break it to you, but if you're trying to get bank issue commercial financing, business lines of credit, business loans from the commercial banks, Quill, Uline, and Granger is not enough. And I see this a lot, people talking about building up a Dun & Bradstreet Paydex score. And, I'm not going to keep talking about why a Paydex score by itself is not enough. I've gone through the process myself. When I really started to build business credit, I actually applied a lot of that information about building your AD Paydex score and then trying to get loans from the bank. And throughout my experience, I realized that that information is incorrect. Now, should you build business credit? Should you build a Dun & Bradstreet Paydex score? Yes, in my opinion, I think you should still go through the motions of doing that, but you just have to understand and align your expectations so that you're not disappointed when you only build a Paydex score and then try to get business loans, business lines of credit, because a Paydex score without income, without transactions, without having a tangible business mean absolutely nothing. And there was a great video that Will Roundtree put out the other day, why your shelf corporation or why that LLC that you bought means nothing. So it's not just about having a Paydex score. And in today's video, I'm gonna be sharing some firsthand data points on what it really requires to be able to get high limit business lines of credit, $50,000, $70,000, $80,000, $100,000 business lines of credit. And it's not your Dun & Bradstreet Paydex score. Business tax returns are going to be the most important component when it comes to getting business loans and lines of credit. And the ironic thing is that a lot of these people, so-called experts and gurus haven't even filed business tax returns ever. This is something that I do week in and week out, going to different financial institutions and actually gathering a lot of the information. Now, one thing I did want to share. So if anyone who's ever been to Truist and got like a business loan or closed on a line of credit or vehicle loan, they usually give you a folder that looks like this, right? So you guys can see that says Truist on it. One of the things I've actually gathered from that process, so I've gone through about, I would say like four, a business credit card, 2 lines of credit, and then also auto vehicle loan. So every time they're going to give you one of these folders. And another thing that they do is they actually give you a copy of your Equifax business credit report, right? So this is actually a really detailed version of your Equifax business credit report. This comes from the Equifax commercial solutions, right? Now, this is going to be for financial institutions. It's basically just a service that financial institutions have if they want to pull your business information. And I'm actually going to break down what accounts actually report to your Equifax business credit report. Now, I know there's a lot of emphasis on building up Dun & Bradstreet, but to be honest with you, the 2 more important credit bureaus on the business side, if you're trying to get commercial loans, commercial lines of credit, are going to be Experian Business, but more importantly, Equifax Business. Now, the reason why Equifax Business is more important than even your Dun & Bradstreet Paydex is because Equifax Business reports financial trade accounts. When I'm talking about financial trades, we're talking specifically about business loans, business lines of credit, as well as business credit cards. And I'm going to be giving you guys specific examples of accounts that report to Equifax Business. Now, one of the key distinctions with a lot of the data points and content that I put out is that I go through firsthand to actually get that real world experience, right? So when I'm speaking about different financial accounts, it's either something that I've actually went through the process myself, or I've actually partnered with a company, a credit union or fintech, and I was given the firsthand data points directly from the source. But when I'm not creating content, I'm actually out here at different financial institutions. So I just want to give you guys some examples of some data points that I collected from going through the process of obtaining business credit. So now, as I just showed you, Truist, another recent data point that I gathered was from Cathay Bank. So I was able to get a business line of credit from Cathay Bank. Other ones, West Banco, did a video on that. Here, what else we have here? M&T Bank, have some data points on business lines of credit with them. And some of these, I haven't even shared on YouTube yet. I've just been, sitting on the information. As a lot of you know, Citizens Bank got a business credit card and a line of credit from them. First National Bank of Pennsylvania, right? So long story short, I've gone through these processes. I've been able to get, different business lines of credit, different business credit products. And I'm going to be sharing some of this information, some of which I just haven't got around to putting out a video. In today's video, I really wanted to let you guys know what's important when it comes to getting commercial lines of credit, commercial business credit cards, commercial loans. And it's not your Dun & Bradstreet Paydex score. What you really want to focus on is having income generated under your business, right? So having paperwork such as your business bank statements, as well as business tax returns. But if you're just at the beginning, there are prerequisites that you could start building up. Ultimately, not every business is going to have tax returns off the break to be able to qualify for these, $50,000 and up types of business loans and lines of credit. Now, there are the fintech lenders, which are mostly looking at your cash flow, but with the commercial banks, they're going to want much more documentation. So it's a much more rigorous process. In the meantime, what you can do is focus on Equifax Business. Now, as I showed you guys, this is just a copy of the Equifax commercial credit report that Truist actually provides for you when you close on a business loan with them. So I just wanted to share some of this information. Now, these are accounts that I could 100% confirm actually do report to Equifax Business. As a lot of you guys know, last year I put out a video on financing a vehicle through Truist. At the time, it was BB&T. With business credit reports, they don't show you exactly who the creditor is, right? Unlike on the personal side, they will tell you, okay, this is from Capital One or this is from Chase or, whoever the credit issuer is. On the business side, you almost have to infer because they have right here account number, but they don't actually tell you who it comes from. Now, just me having an understanding of the credit accounts that I have, I know that this is from Truist, and this is specifically for the auto vehicle loan. So right here it has the original loan amount. This type of detailed report is coming from the Equifax commercial solution. So this isn't something that you're going to be able to go online and be able to retrieve. This is specifically a service that financial institutions, enroll in to be able to gather different business credit information when customers are applying for different business credit. And they actually have like the type. So right here, it has secured collateral equals vehicle. Down here, here's another account. This is a line of credit. So one of the first lines of credit that I got with Truist, so I was able to get 2 lines of credit. This was the initial line of credit. You can even infer from the opening date, right? So when you open the account. So these are just some different accounts that report to Equifax Business. As I stated, Truist credit card, line of credit, business vehicle loan. The one that I've confirmed does report is going to be the Citizen Business Credit Card, as well as the Citizens Business Line of Credit. Now, how do I know that this account right here is the Citizens Bank credit card? Because you could look at when the account was open, right? So I did a video back in June when I was able to get this account for $10,000 limit, and I've actually yet to use this account. So this is how I'm able to, determine that this is the Citizens Bank account. Now, here you see another commercial credit card account right here for $12,100 limit. Now, this particular account is going to be the FMBO business credit card. So I did a video on how I was able to get the Webstaurant Visa credit card. Now, I just want to show you guys how I'm able to determine this. So when I log into my FNB business credit card account, as you can see right here, total credit limit, $12,100, right? Now, when I go back to the business credit report, as you can see right here, $12,100. So this is another commercial card, and it has a $4,000 limit. Now, how do I know which account this is? So this account is actually going to be the Fuelman MasterCard, right? So when I go to my Fuelman MasterCard, I can see, okay, this has a $4,000 credit limit. Now, this is just what the front page of the Equifax Commercial Information Solutions report look like. So this is just basic information about the business, the company profile, things like that. Now, this here also also shows, different public records such as bankruptcies, liens, judgments. And they also have a credit report summary, which shows your financial as well as non-financial trades that are reporting, the number of accounts, the credit active since, past due amounts. They also have the single highest credit extended and total credit exposure, as well as the median balance. Now, I mentioned how they focus on financial trades, but they also have non-financial account details as well. So for example, this account right here, I could tell you off break is going to be NAV, right? Because the reason I know this is because when I signed up for NAV, I did the quarterly subscription. So instead of doing month by month, they just charge you quarterly. And at the time, it was $119. So that's how I know NAV does report to Equifax Business. So right here, I just want to do a recap. Now, these are accounts that have been confirmed 100% do report to Equifax Business, right? So you have the Fuelman MasterCard. So this is going to be a financial trade. You also have NAV. This is a non-financial trade. Truist credit card, Truist line of credit, Truist business vehicle loan. So any Truist business credit products are going to report to Equifax Business. You also have Citizens Bank business credit card, which I didn't show you guys, but it was reporting. However, I did get a business line of credit after I actually received that report. So that's not reflected, but I have confirmed that it does report to your Equifax Business. You also have the Core Pay MasterCard. This is a great entry level account that does report to Equifax Business and will help you when it comes to having financial trades. And then I've also confirmed that FMBO business credit cards also report to Equifax Business. And of course, SBA loans are also going to report on your Equifax Business credit report. Now, the whole reason why I wanted to do this video is just to clarify some misconceptions when it comes to building business credit, because I see a lot of information, a lot of content revolved around building up a Dun & Bradstreet Paydex and then trying to get commercial loans and lines of credit. Now, as I stated early in the video, the most important factor when you're trying to get business loans, lines of credit from the commercial banks, I'm not talking about fintechs, I'm not talking about business credit cards, I'm talking about business lines of credit, business loans. When you have direct cash access, you're going to need business bank statements. And in most cases, you're going to need 1 to 2 years, usually 2 years of business tax return. So if you're a brand new business, this is something that you're not going to be able to, furnish those data points. And then also another thing I wanted to touch on when it comes to shelf corporations, even if you buy a shelf corporation, you're not going to have associated tax returns to be able to supplement the shelf corporation. So the other thing I wanted to highlight is that Dun & Bradstreet focuses on business to business vendor type of credit. So you have vendor trade lines and you have financial trade lines. Now, if your goal is to get financial trade lines, business credit cards, lines of credit, as well as business loans, vehicle loans, you most likely want to focus on financial trade lines. So building up your Experian and more specifically your Equifax business credit report, because Equifax owns PayNet and PayNet is exclusively financial trade lines. Now, does that mean if you build up your Equifax and your PayNet reports that's all you need to be able to qualify for these? Absolutely not. Those are just supplemental data points. So business credit is usually just supplemental. You're still probably going to need to have good personal credit. And like I said, business tax returns, financials, bank statements, and things like that. So it's just not one data point that is going to open the door for you when it comes to, business lines of credit from the commercial banks. You're going to need more than just one data point. Now, what I will say when it comes to business credit, it is a good supplemental data point to have established, because oftentimes, it could actually strengthen your profile. So if you already have good personal credit and you already have, business financials, revenue, bank statements, tax returns, by having established business credit, it actually could help you get a larger loan or a larger line of credit. But the business credit by itself is not going to be enough. Anyways, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Let me know your comments and questions down below. And until next time, take it easy and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.